You have arrived. Wake up and travel beyond the illusion. What is the mirror of your life reflecting around you now, and what does it mean? Master Lady Kira Raa leads you on a journey of enlightened perspectives as she weaves together the elements waiting to be revealed and often not seen. A fascinating and dynamic hour that will leave your heart smiling and your soul singing. And of course, Kira Raa's famous mini soul readings. Be sure to call in. And now, here is Master Lady Kira Raa.
Namaste, beloved ones, and welcome to Soul Mirrors. In this moment, what is your life reflecting? Let's breathe in this sacred space and say thank you, because it is once again the miracle presence that has brought us together on this. Do you feel it? Do you feel the full moon energy? We are in the moment where the chalice that has been freed through the month of April is saying to us, ascend into the golden energy and get ready for that first harmonic wave this Saturday. It is a wild ride ahead. It is a wild show. My dear friend is my co-host. I am so excited to have her here this evening because it's special. It's exciting. You're going to meet her in just a few. We even have a special video because I love her so much. I want you to see her in action and also take a sneak peek at something she's been working on that is very dear to her heart, and so now. And so Sharron Rose, the one, the only, will be with us in just a few moments, along with a special flyby hello from my husband, wisdom teacher Sriramka, which of course always makes me happy. And he's going to be jumping in here because we are in this incredible, again, do you feel it? I'm going to step aside for a minute because I want you to feel what I have been feeling all day. That chalice, I want you to see, this is the energy that was coming through today. And today was influenced for me, and a big shout out to the 4 beautiful women I was with earlier today. If you're listening in, thank you. Look at what came forward. When we come together in oneness, everything emerges. We see the chalice of April. We see the full moon energy that we are in right now. And then we see this divine feminine as the water bearer of consciousness. And I want you to really breathe that in. Because when we say yes to that, when we step into this moment right now, everything is birthing. Our incredible moment before us is a God-Goddess moment. It's a moment that's saying we are ready to go beyond where we have been before, and we have to let go of the bullshit, right? It's our moment to say enough. Enough. What about those of us that have been on the other side? What have we really done? Some of us have hidden out in some fascinating South American countries for 12 years, and some of us have been doing other amazing journeys as well. Is it not the moment for all of our journeys to become the divine Leela, for us to be that dance? You know, there's so much I want to share with you tonight, and I want to begin, and forgive me guys, I have to jump up here to my computer to do this. I want to begin by sharing with you where we're at and why I am talking about these divine harmony flows. So if you have the up-level calendar, you've already seen this. If you've been listening to our shows, you've already seen this. If this is your first time here, welcome to having your mind blown. So this is inside the discus of Vishnu that was ignited on behalf of this experience of illusion on the 8/8/2020 Lion's Gate, when the divine feminine energy reached that Durga. This discus of Vishnu came off of Durga, my friends. And when that spin, when we sent that energy, we offered the ability through the lineage holders that we've been coming together for all these years, right? We have finally ignited concentric dimensionality, the ability to consciously know that you are literally living between dimensional space in the energy. This is a torus. You're looking at a torus field. And for the first time ever, the 0 point igniter is the mastery presence of the full ignited you in conscious awareness of multidimensional space and presence. We are working through an experience of time that is outside of linear. And this is why there have been so many circular events. It's very, very much Einstein. We are very much living in the Einstein-Rosen bridge. This is very easy to work with. Those of you that know me know I've done all that. What's happening right now is that we are in the first harmonic blast that's going to hit this entire conscious universe that is in this linear time this Saturday. So I want you to feel that. And as you feel that, what I'm experiencing is the dance of it. I'm experiencing this illuminated presence of our ignited DNA. Literally, it's its own dance. It's calling us up. And this is happening in the energy of the beautiful selfless service of Hanuman. Think of the dance. Think of everything that's going on with this full moon. Now, if you look at this really closely, and that's why I've left it up, look at how all of these form their own sense of infinite spirals, yet you're looking literally, this is like a cross section of the greater Taurus wormhole. When you can let go of your one world alignment, that this is the only planet, this is the only form, this is the only way, and you can really let your ego have the back seat, that's when all judgment relaxes and you lift up into the realms of the seventh dimensional space. And in this moment, we're being called to the ninth. And that's that I in the middle. For those of us that have been on the journey, we know that there are those who are just now, in this very moment, waking up to the fifth dimension as if it is the most amazing thing they have ever discovered. And it is. We've all been there. However, under our watch, those of us that have been there, and those of us that have been living in the seventh for a while and are now navigating ninth, what the messages from all of the realms are is the same. That which is happening because our collective consciousness has called it into creation. And right now, this full moon, this day, in this linear timeline, we are together right now because the full mastery presence of you is ready to become in sacred union as the all. And the more of us that say yes and step into that, the greater the creation. So here's the other thing I just want to share with you quickly. And I'm going to go right here to the ascended numerology for this moment. Look at April. This is the ascended numerology. We show this every week. So look down at the bottom. The full moon energy amplifier is today, right? April 27. Very exciting. So look at the number. It's a 6. So the first thing is, we talked about this on April 1. If you look at and remember, this is the system of the ancient magi. So when you look at that, we have been hanging from the 12 like a pendulum all month long. We have literally been at the 12 o'clock hour through this entire month. And remember, from the ascended energy, this has been a month of experience because May is a choice. It's a huge choice month, especially with that harmonic wave hitting. So we've been hanging out on the 12 o'clock hour, sitting in the middle of the universe through this entire month. And right now, in this moment, it's like we're gently being lifted down into the perfect balance of the 6. It brings that sacred union opportunity right in front of us. That cycle of eternal consciousness, and I was sharing this with you at Monday Magic last night, that cycle of eternal consciousness has literally, it's like all the wheels, like in the Mayan calendar, right? They have the concentric wheels. All the concentric wheels have come together. And so look at the body. Look at how the ascended numerology for April was affecting our body, and look out right now, this moment, that beautiful green arrow that's emanating out from the 7, from our vision, bringing our vision into creation. Bringing our vision into creation right now. And so many of you already know, some of you I'll share, that this is a golden chalice ignition that's going to send a reverberation through consciousness. And that's why synergies are better right now. That's why people are coming back together. That's why so many things are going full circle. And so I just want to quickly show you this. This is the Golden Chalice Ignition. And now that you understand what you're seeing there, so you're seeing the concentric field that we're in, but this golden chalice is igniting literally right now. And you see what's happening because of that ignition, the ability to be able to call in all of the alchemical transformation, the ability to be available is as it's never been before. It's an extraordinary moment. Yet we forget it's for the all and that it is equilaterally neutral. So that means all is receiving the same incredible bounce. The question is, are you conscious to that which you are receiving? Or are you receiving it from the paradigms and the models and the ego structures of that which is really needing to be in the back seat? Or are you receiving it through the transcendent presence of the miracle of us even being together right now? The fact that this planet is still here is because we're together right now. So speaking of miracles, Sriramka, please manifest the miracle that you are. I would like to bring in my beautiful husband, wisdom teacher Sriramka. Hey, Angel.
Hello, my dear.
Hey, gorgeous. Yummy. All right. Isn't he yummy? I just love him so much. All right. So Sriramka is here because of so many reasons. But honey, I really felt that with the ascended numerology, the fact that right now we've got into our second chakra. We're in this balanced creation, in this moment of selfless service Hanuman energy, bringing us to the final golden chalice ignition. I just felt we needed to hear from you.
Oh, well, thank you, my
No,
love.
thank you for the flyby, right?
Yeah, thank you, everyone that's tuned in, because we're at a magnificent time. A magnificent time. The question is, are you willing to show up for the party? Because the invite is here, the energy is rising, the full moon is robust, and this energy, this infusion is entering your divine energy body and stimulating this area of the body known as the second chakra. Now, this is not the paradigm that was so prevalently understood on the planet for thousands of years about second chakra. This is the chakra of creation and the chakra of releasing old identities, old attachments to be present for the new. So consider this ascended perspective on creation. In order to create, I need to let go of the prior to have the energy to embrace what is coming. And what is coming? Well, beloved ones, tune in up here.
because the ascended numerology, actually I'm glad you said that.
Yes.
Because the ascended numerology, remember, today, this very day, we came from not just our third eye, the entire area, this whole upper area of the head, that whole energy that we have been visioning, that we've been working with, that we have been calling forward, today came right into our center of balance. And has said, okay, here I am. What do you want to do with me? How you like me now, right? That's the energy. Yeah. And that energy is going to invite extraordinary miracle presence. But the catch is that you're going to need to stay in your multidimensional space to really catch that wave. And so, Sri, let's sound the final. We want to call you all together. We started this 3 days ago. So on our show on Sunday, and I'm just going to, for those of you that this might be your first time with us this evening, this is my chalice I work with when we do crystalline Atlantean healing chamber work, and when I call forward your soul song and we record it and all that. So this is, isn't she beautiful? Isn't she gorgeous? And you can see, look, isn't that great? Goes all the way around. And of course, pure clear quartz crystal, completely hollow and pure gold. So we have been sounding this chalice because, as I had screen shared with you, here we are in the moment of this golden chalice ignition, and we actually have this golden chalice, And the inside story is that last Saturday, we completed our most senior advanced level training on the crystalline Atlantean healing chamber and ignited that the day before this whole sequence began. So today is a very special culmination. So whether you're going to be with us right now for this Ave Sa breath and the attunement with the chalice, whether it's your first time, whether it's your third time, doesn't matter. Just bring a hand to your heart, because when we finish this, we're going to play a beautiful video for you to introduce our incredible co-host, and then the dance is going to begin again. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Well, beloved ones, in order to be present for that which is sacred, it begins with a hand on your heart to center yourselves in your heart center. Be present to your breath. Notice the breath entering and how the breath actually ignites the heart. Now, in a moment, I'm going to guide you through 3 Ave Sa breaths. Ave meaning hail, Sa meaning surrender. Hail to the divine, and I surrender. So we think Ave on the inhale, and on the exhale, we just release Sa. It's good to make a little sound on the exhale, because that sends the signal through every layer of your being. I surrender to the divine. So here we go. Let's take a practice breath in first. Big breath in. Stretch the heart center. Yes.
And remember that smile. When you exhale, smile. It sends that signal to the divine. I get it. Right? Whenever you exhale, smile, and watch how fast you smile all the time.
All right. And this
Let's
next big breath, we're going to think Ave on the inhale. Here we go. Sa. Beautiful. We're going to do that again now. Thinking Ave on the inhale. Here we go. Sa. Another big Ave on the inhale. Sa.
And as you are in the energy of this beautiful chalice attunement, breathe in the blessing of this beautiful gift.
Qi is a foundation of many healing arts. Qi is a foundation of many traditions in China. Life is from energy. Life is from Qi. And how about Qi? Where does the Qi come from? From love. From love of the universe.
What does Qi feel like? A buzz.
Qi is love.
Qi is light.
Qi is free.
Qi is energy.
And let's welcome in the one who made all that happen, the beautiful Sharron Rose. Sharon, welcome. Namaste. Welcome, Angel.
Namaste to you all. What an honor it is for me to be here with you, with my beloved Kira and Sriramka.
It's a beloved honor to be here with you, Angel. And thank you. I just want to share with you that, and I want all of you guys to know that that was a hard thing to edit. Sharon sent me 7 minutes of film that we needed to see all of it, and I can get it to you. So thank you for letting me edit that exquisite moment that we just all experienced in this exquisite moment of the divine dance that we are all weaving right now. You are radiant, my love. What's going on with you tonight? You are radiant.
Maybe it was that walk under the full moon last night. It was
I
so
bet it was.
special. With the snow on the mountains here in Crestone, Colorado, Shambhala of the Rockies.
Right. Right. Because you have that kind of I've just walked through the snow look, that kind of fresh face, give me a snow cone, but I want a hot chocolate next to it kind of thing, and fabulous, fabulous. I just love it. So Sharon, first and foremost, I think what I want to start with is everyone here, we read the bio, we do all of that. Okay, let's put that away. Talk to me about little Sharon. How did this all come to be? Were you just born this way? Is that what's going on? Were you just born this way? Tell me how this all came to be.
I really attribute it a lot to my mom.
How beautiful.
My mom went to college at 14.
Wow.
And she was also a tap dancer.
Wow.
I was the first of 4. And when I was 9 months old, I began to walk, and immediately she taught me to dance, tap, rhythm, right? Rhythm became a major force in my life. And she nurtured, like a stage mom, she nurtured that. And my dad, who had a chain of supermarkets in Baltimore, in the African-American communities, really lifting up, like 95% of his employees were African-American. And so he was, lifting up this community. So I was immersed in that from childhood as well, and the rhythms of the African-American world, right? But my mom took me I started ballet at 3. I started singing lessons and performing in hospitals and nursing homes, which maybe had something to do with later really studying healing.
Well, I want to stop there. Let's stop there a minute. So what was that like? How old were you when you were doing that?
I started at 5.
So what was it like to be this young child in these hospitals dancing? Do you have a sense of that?
To see the joy that we brought to people was very powerful. It was learning the power of song, the power of sound, the power of movement, the power of joy to uplift these people.
Right. So scroll me ahead to the formal training in India, because it's so evident, and I had the honor of watching what you sent to me, your training exudes. And then what exudes beyond the training is your passion. And then what exudes beyond your passion is the depth of your connection. What I loved a lot about the clip that we played this evening is your perfection of, you believe the mirror is in your hand because the divine mirror is working, right? And it was just so beautifully, flawlessly executed. So that's a discipline. So talk to us about that intersection. So we have this young child who's learning all these amazing lessons, is aware that she's a dancer, who winds up in India. Now, how do we get there?
Well, we'll go from the child who was pretty much trained to go to Broadway.
Okay, there you go.
Right. So singing, dancing, acting.
Right. Okay, of course. There you go.
Trained in perception.
Right. Okay.
Right. So I went through modern dance. I went through all kinds of, eventually I received 2 fellowships, one from the American Institute of Indian Studies, the other a Fulbright senior research grant to go to India. So on and off for 5 years I was there. But I had a blessing beyond anyone else I know of a Western woman. in that I was living, accepted as the first American disciple of the early Bollywood star, Kathak Queen, so North Indian classical dance. She was given the name Kathak Queen when she was like 13 years old by Tagore, the great poet, Nobel laureate.
Wow.
But she was also a tantrika.
Fabulous.
So I lived with her, and I got this one-to-one unbelievable
How did you meet? How did this
transmission.
happen? I got to know. How did you meet?
Well, this is
it's just
really
Tell us
interesting.
that part of the story. Like, how did this
Yes.
just manifest, right?
Yeah, this manifest. I was studying with the man, a Bengali man who had been Dulal Talukdar, who had been the director of the National Dance Company of Pakistan, right? But I knew that I needed to be with a woman and go to India. So he gave me this book, The Dance of India, famous book. And I opened it, and there was Sitara, my Guruji. I mean, I didn't know.
Wow.
I'm like, who is this? He goes, she's the only one I would let you study with. And then it was like miracles. You know, I'm walking down the street in Harvard Square, and a man is putting up posters for a famous musician in India, Imran Khan. I said, oh, who is that? I'd like to meet him. He goes, well, he's staying with me. The next thing I knew, he was a friend of Sitara's. He watched me dance, and he wrote her a recommendation and for the grant. The next thing I knew, well, what happened before that, though, was that about a month before I went to India, because I got the grant, I had a dream, and I left my body, and there was another being of light with me. And I thought, okay, where do I want to go? I want to see Sitara. I want to meet her. And so the next thing I knew, I went through a tunnel of light, and I'm in this bedroom, and there's this woman, very powerful, and the white bed and white curtains, and she looks up at me with this, like, the look of Kathak, right? And I, like, kind of freaked out and woke up. And then a month later, there I am in Mumbai living with her.
So I have to ask, had you ever had that type of experience before?
Yes, I had been training for years with out of body. I've had a lot of out of body experiences, and training to do those, so that when I was out there, because I had a lot of those flying dreams, right? So,
did you have that your whole life?
Yes.
Was your mom supportive of that? So when you said, because I noticed you mentioned that earlier too, like you were trained in all these other disciplines, but really including your intuition. So you grew up in a supportive environment of that.
Well, it was my grandmother Rose.
Ah, okay.
She was into psychic things. She with tarot and all this kind of stuff. So, and yeah, so it was her. She was like my main babysitter. So yes.
Well, let's tie all this, Sharon, because we have packed phone lines, number one, and I forgot to even give out the phone number. So for those of you that want to try and still get in, you can call over at BBS. You can use our 800 line, 888-627-6008. Again, that's 888-627-6008. Remember, you do get to listen to the show. And of course, Oneness Talk Radio, 517-208-1500, where the call board is really packed. So get in, 517-208-1500, and toll free 888-627-6008. And let our producer know if you have a question for Sharon or myself as well. So Sharon, I wanted to talk about this moment. We are at, I look at your weaving, and you are one of these incredible benevolent queens. And guys, you know me, right? I refuse to use the word crone. So this is a Kira thing, Sharon. Because in my world, do we look like crones? And that perception of even the word, and I'm not dissing it, I'm saying own it. It's fabulous, but I am saying where are the benevolent queens? Where are the ones that have said, as we gain the wisdom, where we come forward and claim our seat at the table, in that moment, we become the benevolent queen in a world where there are so many looking for their benevolent kings and benevolent queens to shepherd all of these beautiful princes and princesses and gods and goddesses and priests and priestesses. And it is such a transcendent moment. And you are in such a transcendent moment of your life. And so I just wanted to jump in and ask, in the moment that's resonant for all of us right now, what are you noticing is birthing around you?
So from my deep immersion in India with my Guruji and beyond, I was taken into the highest levels of Indian art and culture. I came back and was also weaving in. I started taking the knowledge of the symbols of India and applying them to Egypt, because I had this opportunity again of working one-to-one with a man named Robert Masters, who not only created the psychophysical method of neurosensory re-education, a healing form, but he was a devotee of Sekhmet,
Okay.
our beloved lion,
Fascinating.
and wrote a book on her, very well-known book. And so what I started doing, and I was working, teaching and performing throughout schools all over the East Coast with my partner, my dance partner, Ramzi El Idlabi. And I went to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, which is extraordinary Egypt exhibit. And so I started looking at the paintings, and it was like there were the same symbols.
Wow.
From India. So I was started like reading a graphic novel. I started to then uncover, and I met a scribe who gave me hieroglyphs and how to speak them, like Ab Ah and Mut Ah Aset, my heart, my mother Isis, right? And so I started putting them to just like I had done with mantras and kirtan. Embodied kirtan, I called it. That's what I was teaching for. I still am. And I started applying everything I learned in India to Egypt. So this moment is extraordinary. Once I really let go of the toxic realm of the media and the fear-based, it's like joy and magnetism. I'm also pulling it all together because I'm finally completing a CD of world music, the Nectar of Bliss, for the divine feminine in cultures around the world, Sophia and Lakshmi and the lion-headed Dakini of Tibet, etc. And so as soon as I let go, I really let go and surrendered to the Tao, right? Then, well, I met you. And then all of a sudden this possible Egypt trip emerged with Johnny Enoch. And yeah, I guess you could type in like Johnny Enoch Egypt trip. You might be able to find it that way. It's the return of the Keper cycle. Keperu, and the Keperu is the winged scarab, which represents transformation.
There it is, right? Here we are, filling our chalice right there. Well, hey, Sharon, let's invite in some of our callers. You up for that?
Oh, I love it.
All right, because we've just got a whole bunch of people over here waiting for us. So let's go over and say hey to a few of these beautiful beings that have been waiting for us. And again, let me give you those numbers. If you want to jump in, this would be the time. And you do get to listen to the show while you're on hold. 888-627-6008, 888-627-6008, or 517-208-1500, 517-208-1500. All right, we're going to jump right over here. And I have a hand up waiting for us, oh, so patiently, in New Jersey. Hey, New Jersey, namaste and welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Shri. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Welcome to the show, sweetheart.
Oh, it's just beautiful. I want to thank you both for this marvelous experience and wisdom that you're sharing. And of course, I'd like a mini soul reading too.
Well, thank you for asking and thank you for sharing. And, you know, sweetheart, I'm going to put you back on mute just because I'm hearing some background noise. And so I want to make sure that we're good. And I'll unmute you in just a second. And so what I would invite you to do is just bring your hands to your heart right now. And let's offer to you in this moment, as I was listening to your sharing about the interchange that is happening with Sharon and I this evening as you are co-creating that with us. what I was seeing and feeling is this energy that's like compressing your crown chakra. It's very, very, it's tight. And it's not that it's giving you headaches, but it's definitely holding you in confusion. And it's saying that it's so pretty. Forgive me, you have this beautiful being in front of you. And so what's happening is that they're just looking at you and they're saying, look straight ahead and stop looking outside. Look straight ahead and stop looking outside. And they just keep saying that over again. Look straight ahead and stop looking outside. And then I'm watching this beautiful energy, and it's like it's freeing all of this congestion that's been kind of like, I don't know, it's like a whirling mix of lots of different ideas. And it's like you're laughing and just kind of going like this and removing it. And I want you to remember too that when I connect with you right here, I'm also feeling it's like an in-breath that doesn't quite exhale. So remember that every moment we say yes to our breath, we're saying yes to our eternal presence. And so just know that your eternal presence is quite radiant. And thank you for the gift of you and for calling in. I'm really honored. And Sharon, before we go back, is there anything you'd like to add or share?
Here is a little taste of a practice. So when you're feeling confused and the pain identities, those negative voices in your head are keeping you from your true essence of joy, just see this light in your heart. Sound ah. Do the Abe Sa breath and keep that light blazing. When you go to sleep, see it. When you wake up, see it. Whenever this is, these toxic thoughts are coming and the fear are coming at you, just see it. That represents the already enlightened part of you.
Let's add a tone to that. I think we need to add the chalice to that. I really do. So let's all just really breathe this in because, as you know, right, all of our callers are holding for all of us. We're all surrogates. So let's breathe that in. Let's just take in that nice Ave Sa breath. Let's go in. Sa. As this tone is offering us this amazing gift, right? Isn't this fabulous? I'm just like, okay, we could just hang here for a while, right? I want to read to you. All of you know this one. Before we got on the air tonight, I grabbed it out of my I Am book. You all know, those of you that know us. So this is that famous ensoulment from the Divine Directors, but I just want to read the first paragraph right now because it feels so appropriate. So let's just bring our hands to our heart and close our eyes if we're safe to do so. And let's just remind ourselves right now in the energy of this extraordinary creation. Imagine a world where with every breath, and in every moment, you only saw each being as the highest manifested potential of their being for this lifetime. Then notice that you have already activated your star consciousness and have transcended the third dimension without the need for conscious thought. Now, what does your life look like? What are you doing? Who are you with? Where are you living? What do you look like? What are you wearing? How do you feel? Let's take in another beautiful Ave Sa breath. Let's just go in. And remember to smile. There we are. Yeah. Wow. Am I feeling all of you? How are you doing, Sharon? You feel these amazing beings, Sharon?
Oh, yes. And the Sa.
Right?
In the Egyptian, in my songs, a song for Hathor, we sing Ari Serem Sa, Adi Sechem Sa. Adi is create and bring forth. It's a glyph of the eye. Sechem is the power of light that dwells in the depths of darkness. And Sa, because glyphs have many meanings, two of them. One is protection, and the other is the Amrit.
Right,
The nectar.
exactly. The sacred nectar. And we are at the moment where Mother Ganga herself, who is bursting out of the creation of Shiva, is pouring forth, right? We are that moment. We are that moment. And we're in this beautiful full moon. And you know what? Our call board is going crazy. So let me just go grab over here. It's distracting me. Everybody going, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. And I am going to be a brat. And I'm going down. I'm going to pick Gary because I know it's Gary. Gary, is this you? Is this Gary? Because I haven't talked to you in weeks.
It is. Namaste. How are you guys doing?
We are doing so well. It's so good to hear you, honey. Welcome.
Well, thank you. I'm having a blast. I am truly having a blast. I love this. The energies, you guys are dead right about what's been going on. It is amazing what's going on. I was talking to Jess last week, and I said, this is up-level city right now.
Right.
I mean, I'm feeling it. I know. I'm calling in miracles and experiencing the miracles right after, instant.
Right.
Calling them in and experiencing them. Working on people. People that they're just terrible mood, just totally just red-faced. And 2 times in a row, I worked on this dude at work. I got right next to him. And I just loved him. Loved him. He didn't even know I was loving him. I loved his ass right out of it. He didn't even know.
I love you, Gary.
2 times in a row I done it. It was so cool.
Oh, sweetheart. Congratulations. It's just such a beautiful blessing to hear the sharing. This is the law of instantaneous manifestation. And, this is so far beyond the law of attraction, which was just all about density and money. And the law of instantaneous manifestation is that the right people, the right places, everything lines up. Modern angels like you walk into a beautiful workspace and you're loving somebody doing exactly the work of consciousness, which is outside of judgment. It's in this space of there is room for the all. Every voice deserves to be heard. It's the balance that's missing. That's all it is. And so that's this higher consciousness that you're modeling. And Sharon, meet Gary. This is Gary.
Namaste, Gary. It's a pleasure.
Namaste, Sharon. Love your sharings. Love you. Namaste.
Thank you.
Well, we love you, Gary. Thank you for calling this evening.
Well, I love you. You know that. And I love you too, Sri. I know you're illuminating the shadows back there, buddy.
Oh, he's right on the other. He's the man behind the curtain. Yeah, you hear him? He's on the other side of the studio doing all the tech. Yeah.
I hear him.
Yeah, you hear him? He's like,
Did
big
I get a mini soul reading this morning? Can I get a mini soul reading tonight?
Like you need to ask. Of course you can, sweetheart, my angel. Of course you can. And so let's just wrap our arms around your heart right now. Because as you're sharing, I do want to share with you that what I'm noticing around you tonight, it's fascinating. It looks like a yin-yang symbol, and it's right here, right? But it's like, how do I describe this? It's like watching sand fill an empty vessel, only it's already got the yin-yang, and it's 2 different sands, and one's coming in from one way and one's coming in from the other. And what I'm seeing is that it's looking for a way to find its connection. It's looking for a way to balance itself right now. And even as I'm sharing this with you, I am like losing my breath. So I want you to breathe, Yeah, because I need to talk. So let's breathe. There it is. And they're saying that the up level you are experiencing is just the beginning, that the life you are actively choosing will reveal itself like next month in May. And May's a choice month. And that in the active choice, they're saying in the active choice, be mindful and fearless. And so it is.
All right.
Breathe.
I love you. Thank you, Thank you, Kira.
Thank you, honey. And Sharon, would you like to share anything with Gary?
Gary, what a pleasure. What a pleasure. It's interesting. I think for some reason I want to share this mantra because it's about the union of of Shiva and Durga.
Oh, I love it.
Right. It goes,
Beautiful.
Om Shrim Dum Durgaye Shakti Bhairavye Namaha.
And let's take in a deep Ave Sa breath. Wow. Let that out with a smile. Wow. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Gary. We love you, honey. Namaste.
I love you guys. Namaste. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, should we jump to another? I'm still tingling. Should we just keep going? Do we want to say hi to more people, Sharon?
Oh, I would love it.
All right.
I do want to say, though, that both of those clips that you showed,
Yes.
they are examples of me as a filmmaker.
Yes, they are. And it's so profound. So let's take a moment. I mean, what I enjoy, but it's also of you as a dancer.
Yes.
Which is the blessing of that as well. You know, it's like this
and a composer.
Right. Right. And of course, the way that music flows through you is just so extraordinary. So Sharon, where does everybody learn about all that you are? Where is the best place to learn more about Sharon?
Right now, I'm so immersed in everything. I would think to see the most updated, I'm so immersed in the creative process now. I'm just like bubbling.
Yeah, you are.
With whoa. And
that's the moment, right? It's all
people.
Second, right?
Yes.
It's second chakra right now. It's all that time. Yeah.
Of course, because I know from my healing work and from my tantric work, that channeling that sensual energy through the body enhances creativity. Also, to channel it, feet on the ground and feel that sacred secret yin power that comes from particularly where the earth is contracting together like hot springs, but to imagine that and feel that yin power flowing from the earth into your feet and through your body and like arousing your sensuality, and then taking that and channeling it out from your heart through your hands for healing.
Beautiful.
It is really time for that, to transmute the lust aspect of sensuality into the feeling alive in every cell, and also using that for healing.
Yeah, absolutely. The passion. Right. This is what I was sharing earlier, is that you model such beautiful passion, that everything you've just described, I experience as that passion. And sometimes I giggle. Sri and I our show is the voice of passionate action. And that the difference between the passion, which is what you're sharing, is it's feminine, versus the ism, right? Like all the isms are very masculine, because the isms are based upon our differences.
That's right.
And so it's such a beautiful, beautiful gift. It's just that one beautiful dance, right? That one beautiful shift right over here in that harmony makes all the difference in the world. And you are such a champion of that, and certainly you've spent your lifetime. I was really just so blessed when I met you to gaze and look at the complete Sharron Rose portfolio as like its own miniseries. And it really is. It really is. And it's just getting better. Because
so you asked where to find me.
Please.
The most active site, because I'm in creation mode right now.
Right, and you are.
Is quantumchimovie.com, QUANTUMQI movie.com. Or if you want to write to me, just write to Sharon, SHARRON ROSE 108 at Gmail. My mother gave me 2 R's, Sharon, right?
Jewish I love that. And she set you apart.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, no, it's clear her, remember that, I have to just jump in, because in the sacred sequence of ascended numerology, it's our name, which is the first time that our mastery presence interacts with those that are birthing us. And so it was message received, we're giving you 2 R's. And what a beautiful gift that is. So let's sneak in one more person, shall we? Because believe it or not, we only have 5 minutes left. How does that happen, right? Is that right? I know, quantum time.
We could just go on forever.
Oh, are you kidding me? That's why I said this is a mini series, girl. All right, let's go over here. Let's go to Eureka, California. Hey, Eureka, California, namaste and welcome.
Ladies, hello, my loves. Oh my God, Sharon, I'm loving you so much. Kira Raa, you know I love you. And Sri, I know you're there. Thank you so much. It's Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Okay,
hi, sweetheart.
Breathe.
Welcome. Hi. How can we serve you, honey?
All right. So I had a dream about 2 weeks ago about Amana Ra, and it involved 8 people. And today I've been trying to connect with it and understand what that dream was about. And today I really felt my chakras vibrating. I would love to have a mini soul reading, and I really thought that this was just the perfect moment because I am so connected with all of you right now. I love you so much. Thank you.
Well, thank you, sweetheart. And I love that you got through tonight. That is like no accident, nor is it any accident that you're a last caller, especially with all the Egypt stuff going on around this beautiful co-host here with me tonight. But first, let me get to you. So, sweetheart, Angel, I want you to bring your hands to your heart. And I want to invite you this evening, consciously dream your dream. If you have the Ave Sa dream practice at home, do it tonight. And if you can't do it tonight, do it tomorrow night. But call in the mantra. You were just given a mantra that's unlocking. Do you think it's any accident you're here while Sharon and I are here together? When the one thing Sharon is clear on is our Egyptian connection. And so, why do you think, look, I've been wearing this, right? I bought this in Luxor, I don't even know how many years ago. And out of all the other items that after all my trips to Egypt, this called to me, Sharon, I kid you not, 60 days, maybe more, maybe about 90, 120 days. Never mind, me in linear time, guys, a few months. And I can't not wear it. So my angel, you're being called to an up-level moment. This energy, remember, we know that Egypt is actually ancient Sularia, going back to Leia, going back way off planet. So this is a congregation moment. And you're being invited to relax into more of who you are and to let your brain stop controlling it. It's a mantra, and I want you to call it in. And they just keep saying you have all these like temple priests and priestesses, like it's a very crowded room. And they just keep saying, this is not for me, this is not for the air, but it is for you. And so, Sharon, I have about a minute to offer you if you'd like to add to that.
What I'd like you to do is call in the Sa en Ankh.
There it is.
The Sa, which is like the Kundalini, the energy, the Shakti, and the Ankh. And so what you're calling in is the magical elixir of life.
There it is.
And feel that flowing through you.
Wow. I feel it flowing through me. Oh, thank you. We love you, honey. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Have a great time in your sleep space. Nighty night. Oh, my love. Well, Sharon, we only have 60 seconds left. And so I just want to first say thank you for being here on such a special moment as we are in this full moon right now, up level, creation, center of balance, empowered moment. I love how this accidentally happened. Thank you for facilitating.
It's the pink moon, which
and super
love. And what I want to say to you all from the Taoist tradition, when we're doing the healing of our organs, you go into your heart, bring your awareness in your heart, and then you smile into your heart. You smile love into your heart, and you appreciate your heart and your entire being.
Yes. Oh, Sharon. Thank you for the gift of you, and thank you for your grace on our show this evening. Again, everyone, the beautiful Sharon with 2 R's, Rose, and beloved angels in this moment right now. What is your life reflecting? Notice the soul mirrors that are coming before you and amplify the blessing. This is the moment to flourish, and so it is. We'll look forward to being with you again next week. Many blessings. Namaste. Thank you, Sharon. Have a beautiful evening.
You too.
Namaste. Namaste.
Sure.
Thank you for joining us, and be sure to tune in every Tuesday at 5 o'clock p.m. for more adventures. You can learn more about Master Lady Kira Raa at shriandkira.com or visit their YouTube channel, Official Shri and Kira. May your heart in all ways know the Master you are.